After everything that happened during that dinner, something inside them had shifted. They woke up with a clearer mind, but also with a heart full of questions. The past had shown them what they needed to understand, but now their attention was turning toward what truly mattered. Stay till the end, because the next discovery reveals the thought they could no longer ignore. The dinner that seemed like a simple meeting became a powerful reminder that some answers only appear when we finally face what we have been avoiding. Your person began looking at their own journey from a different perspective. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They started realizing that every relationship, every conversation, and every experience had shaped them into someone different. They were no longer searching for the same things they once searched for. Their heart was asking for something deeper, something more meaningful, something that felt peaceful instead of temporary. Stay till the end, because this realization became the foundation for a decision that could change everything. The biggest surprise was not what happened at the dinner table, it was what happened inside their own heart afterward. As the days passed, your person began noticing small reminders of your connection. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. A memory would appear unexpectedly, a familiar place would bring back a feeling, or a simple moment would remind them of the comfort they experienced with you. These moments made them think more deeply about what they had before them. They started understanding that sometimes people do not realize the value of something until they gain a new perspective. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals why this understanding became impossible for them to ignore. The most surprising change was in the way they viewed the past. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They stopped looking at old memories with the same emotions they once carried. Instead, they began seeing those experiences as lessons that helped them grow. They understood that the past had a purpose, but it was not meant to hold them forever. Stay till the end, because the next revelation shows how this changed their feelings about you. They began separating what was familiar from what was truly meaningful. One evening, your person found themselves thinking about a conversation you once shared. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. It was a simple conversation, but the words stayed with them because they came from a place of honesty and care. They remembered how you understood things they struggled to explain. They remembered how your presence brought a sense of calm. Stay till the end, because this memory became one of the strongest reasons they started seeing your connection differently. Sometimes one small moment can reveal a truth that was hidden for a long time. Your person began asking themselves a deeper question. Why did I feel so comfortable being myself around you? Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. This question stayed in their mind because the answer was not about excitement or temporary emotions. It was about trust. It was about feeling accepted. It was about knowing there was someone who cared beyond appearances. Stay till the end, because this question leads to the biggest emotional turning point in this story. the dinner with their ex became a lesson they never expected. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. It showed them the difference between remembering someone and truly connecting with someone. They realized that old memories can be powerful, but a genuine connection is built in the present. Stay till the end, because the next moment reveals how they started preparing themselves for an honest conversation. They began understanding that avoiding their feelings would not change what their heart already knew. Slowly, your person started becoming more confident about what they wanted. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They began thinking about the future instead of only analyzing the past. They started imagining what it would feel like to rebuild trust, share thoughts openly, and create new memories. Stay till the end, because the next step in this journey is something you will not expect. The possibility of a new beginning started becoming more real in their mind, but before they could move forward, they needed to understand one final thing. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They needed to know whether their feelings were based on a moment of emotion or a deeper realization. They took time to reflect because they wanted their next decision to come from honesty, not confusion. Stay till the end, because the answer they discovered changed the direction of their thoughts completely. This was the moment when everything they experienced began connecting together, and now the hidden part of the story begins to appear. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The dinner that created so many questions became the reason your person finally understood what their heart had been trying to say. They discovered that sometimes life creates unexpected moments to reveal important truths. Stay till the end, because the next chapter reveals the conversation that could bring everything into the open and show what they truly feel. The silence after that realization felt different. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Your person was no longer confused about what they felt, they were trying to understand how to express it. After the dinner with their ex, they carried a new awareness that changed the way they looked at everything. They started realizing that some moments arrive in life not to break a connection, but to reveal its true strength. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals the emotional step they began considering. The night that created so many questions slowly became the reason they found answers they had been searching for. Your person began replaying the conversations they had with you over time. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They remembered the moments when you encouraged them, the times when you understood them without needing many words, and the situations where your presence brought comfort. These memories became more meaningful because they were no longer comparing the past with the present. They were finally understanding what made a connection valuable. Stay till the end, because the next discovery changed their entire perspective. They realized that true feelings are often recognized through peace, not confusion. A surprising thing happened as they continued reflecting. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They began noticing that the qualities they appreciated most were not the things they once chased. They were the simple things that created trust and emotional safety. Your person understood that a strong connection is not built only through exciting moments. It is built through patience, honesty, and the feeling that someone truly understands you. The weight of an entire future. Before you do anything else, don't skip this moment. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. You have been searching for answers, wondering why your heart refused to settle, and now the reason is beginning to reveal itself. Last night, the person you love agreed to meet their ex for dinner. At first, it looked ordinary. A familiar restaurant. A familiar table. Two people sitting across from each other, surrounded by conversations that meant nothing to them. But while everyone else saw a simple dinner, heaven saw a crossroads. The moment they pulled out the chair and sat down, something shifted inside them. It wasn't excitement. It wasn't regret. It was a feeling they couldn't explain. They smiled politely, but their heart remained strangely distant. They tried to convince themselves this meeting would finally close an old chapter, yet every passing second only made another truth louder. Don't skip, because what happened next changed everything they believed about love, and you were connected to that moment without even knowing it. The evening continued, but nothing happened the way either of them expected. They spoke about old memories, old dreams, and the paths they once imagined walking together. They laughed at stories that had once felt precious. Yet the laughter sounded different now. It echoed like something unfinished rather than something alive. The person you love kept looking around the room, almost as if they were searching for something they couldn't name. Their ex noticed it too. There was a silence between every sentence that grew longer and heavier. Then something unexpected happened. A couple sitting nearby reached across the table and held each other's hands with quiet gratitude instead of excitement. It lasted only a few seconds, but somehow it became impossible to ignore. Your person looked at that simple moment and realized they had been comparing every connection to someone else all along. That realization didn't arrive with noise. It arrived like a whisper that refused to leave. Stay till the end, because that whisper became impossible for them to silence. As the meal continued, another strange moment unfolded. A familiar song began playing softly through the speakers. It wasn't planned. Nobody requested it. Yet the melody carried them back to a memory they had buried deep inside. Suddenly they weren't sitting across from their ex anymore, at least not in their heart. Their thoughts traveled somewhere completely different. They remembered a conversation with you. They remembered your kindness during a difficult season. They remembered the peace they felt whenever you simply listened without asking for anything in return. The more they tried to focus on the dinner, the more those memories interrupted every word being spoken across the table. They smiled, but inside they were somewhere else. Don't skip this part, because the next realization caught even them by surprise. Then came the question neither of them expected. Their ex gently asked whether they had truly moved on. It sounded like a simple question, yet it froze the entire atmosphere. The person you love paused. They looked down at the table. They searched for an answer that would sound easy, but no easy answer came. Instead, they realized something that had been hidden beneath months of confusion. Moving on wasn't the problem. The problem was that their heart had already found a different direction. They finally understood that every attempt to recreate the past had quietly reminded them of someone whose presence felt completely different. They didn't say your name aloud, but your place inside their hearts suddenly became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because the conversation took a turn neither of them could have imagined. The dinner slowly came to an end, but instead of bringing closure, it opened a door they had spent so long trying to keep locked. As they stepped outside, the night air felt strangely peaceful. They looked at the sky for just a moment, and in that silence they realized they had been chasing familiarity instead of truth. The past had been comfortable because it was known. But comfort was never the same as purpose. Every step away from that restaurant felt lighter than the last. For the first time in a long while, they stopped asking themselves whether they should return to what once was. Instead, they began wondering whether they had been overlooking what was quietly waiting ahead. And without realizing it, every thought led back toward you, just as another unexpected sign appeared in the darkness. The walk away from that restaurant should have brought relief, yet something deeper followed them home. The streets were quiet, the lights reflected across the pavement, and the night seemed to be holding its breath. They reached for their phone more than once. Then stopped. They opened old conversations, closed them again, and stared at the screen without typing a single word. It wasn't because they had nothing to say. It was because they finally understood that some words carry the power to change everything forever. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened after that dinner was never about going back to the past. It became the beginning of seeing the truth that had been standing in front of them all along. The more they tried to ignore it, the louder it became, until one unexpected discovery left them completely speechless. Later that night, while searching through old photos for no particular reason, their eyes landed on one picture they had almost forgotten. It wasn't the brightest photo. It wasn't perfect. Yet it captured a moment when your smile carried a peace they had not seen anywhere else. They stared at that picture far longer than they expected. Memories began returning one by one, not in a rush, but like gentle waves washing over their heart. They remembered your patience. They remembered the way you believed in them when they doubted themselves. They remembered how safe your presence always felt without demanding anything in return. Suddenly the dinner with their ex seemed distant, almost like a story that belonged to someone else. Don't skip, because the next realization shook every wall they had built around their heart. For the first time in many months, they stopped asking themselves whether the past deserved another chance. Instead, they asked a question that frightened them even more. What if the future had been waiting quietly through you this entire time? That single thought refused to leave. It followed them into every room of the house. It echoed through every silent moment before sleep. They realized they had mistaken familiarity for destiny, and now destiny was gently correcting their path. If this message is touching your heart, take a quiet moment to subscribe to this channel, because there are truths still waiting to unfold, and you do not want to miss what comes next. Stay till the end. Because the greatest revelation has not appeared yet, as midnight drew closer, sleep refused to come. They stood by the window looking into the darkness, wondering why your name kept returning to their thoughts. Then another quiet sign appeared. A cool breeze moved through the room just as they whispered to themselves, "What if I was looking in the wrong direction all along?" In that instant, the fear of losing the past became smaller than the fear of losing the future that could still exist with you. They didn't fully understand what was happening, but they knew one thing with complete certainty. Last night's dinner did not bring two people back together. It revealed the one person their heart could never truly walk away from. And just as they finally accepted that truth, their phone suddenly lit up with something they never expected to see. Something about that notification felt different before they even touched the screen. It wasn't the sound. It wasn't the light. It was the feeling that settled deep inside their heart, the kind of feeling that arrives before life quietly changes direction. They hesitated. Their hand stopped halfway. For a brief moment, they wondered if opening it would pull them backward or finally move them forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what they discovered in the next few moments wasn't just another message. It became a mirror that reflected the truth they had been trying to escape for far too long. The message itself was simple, almost ordinary, yet its timing felt impossible to ignore. It reminded them of a promise they once made to themselves, to never settle for something that only looked familiar while leaving their heart empty. Those forgotten words returned with unexpected power. They realized the dinner had answered a question they had carried for months. They weren't searching for another chance with the past. They were searching for the peace they only experienced when thoughts of you quietly entered their mind. That realization wasn't loud. It arrived gently, but once it arrived, nothing inside them remained the same. Every excuse they had repeated began falling away. One after another, until only one truth remained standing. The following morning felt strangely different. The sunrise looked brighter, the silence felt lighter, and even the smallest moments carried a sense of purpose. They walked outside hoping fresh air would clear their thoughts, but every step only made one realization stronger. The future no longer looked like a road leading backward. It looked like a path asking for courage. They understood that real change doesn't happen when circumstances become perfect. It begins the moment someone becomes a child. Don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not just another story. Something huge is waiting for you, and the truth behind what happened last night may not be what you expected. The person you love went on a dinner date with their ex, and when you first heard about it, your heart may have felt confused, uncertain, or filled with questions. But stay till the end, because there is something that happened during that dinner that completely changed the way they looked at everything. The moment they sat across from their past, they were not only meeting another person, they were facing memories, old emotions, and unanswered questions that had been quietly following them for a long time. What happened at that table was more powerful than anyone could have imagined. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. There is a hidden reason behind this meeting, and as this story unfolds, you will understand why this moment may have been necessary for a bigger change. The evening started like any ordinary dinner, but something felt different from the very beginning. Your person walked into that place carrying thoughts they had not shared with anyone. They were not simply thinking about the past, they were comparing the person they used to be with the person they are becoming now. Stay till the end, because the biggest realization from that night is still coming. They looked across the table and noticed something they never expected. The feelings they once believed were still powerful did not have the same hold anymore. The conversations that once created excitement now felt different. The memories that once seemed impossible to forget started losing their power. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part was not who they were sitting with. The most surprising part was what they discovered about their own heart. During that dinner, a conversation began that changed the entire atmosphere. They started talking about life, choices, regrets, and the paths they had taken. Slowly, your person realized that some connections are not meant to return. Some are meant to teach valuable lessons. Stay till the end, because the hidden truth behind this moment will surprise you. They remembered the way you made them feel, the kindness you showed, and the patience you gave even during difficult moments. They began to understand that what they were searching for in the past was something they had already experienced in a different and more meaningful way. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. This dinner was not about going backward. It became a moment of clarity that helped them see the difference between a familiar memory and a genuine connection. The conversation became deeper as the night continued. Questions they had avoided for a long time finally came to the surface. Your person started understanding that the past had a place, but it did not have control over the future. Stay till the end, because the next part reveals the moment when everything changed. They began to notice the difference between temporary comfort and a connection that brings peace. The X may have represented a chapter that once mattered, but your person started seeing that chapters can end while still leaving behind important lessons. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The real surprise was that this dinner gave them answers they did not know they were searching for. As they left that dinner, their thoughts were completely different from when they arrived. They walked away carrying a new understanding of what they truly wanted. Stay till the end, because this is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Sometimes life creates moments that look confusing at first but later reveal their purpose. This dinner date was one of those moments. It became a mirror that showed your person what they valued, what they missed, and what kind of connection they wanted moving forward. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The person you love began seeing the difference between someone from their history and someone who could become part of their future. The next morning, something changed inside them. It was not a loud change that everyone could see. It was a quiet realization that slowly settled in their heart. Stay till the end, because the reason behind this change is something you need to know. They started thinking about the moments you shared, the conversations you had, and the way your presence brought something unique into their life. They remembered the small things that often matter more than grand gestures. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes a person needs to look back one final time before they can truly understand what they want to move toward. There was another important detail from that night that many people would never notice. The dinner was not only about the person sitting across from them. It was about your person's own growth. Stay till the end, because this hidden lesson explains everything. They realized they were no longer the same person they were before. Their priorities had changed. Their heart had changed. Their understanding of love had changed. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The person who walked into that dinner carrying old questions walked away carrying new clarity, and now comes the part that changes the entire meaning of this story. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation is still ahead. After that dinner, your person started looking at their future differently. They began understanding that true connections are built through trust, respect, and emotional understanding. They started appreciating what they had experienced with you in a completely new way. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. The dinner that seemed like a reason to worry became a moment that helped them understand what truly matters. The story does not end with what happened at that restaurant. In many ways, that was only the beginning. Stay till the end, because the next chapter reveals what your person may do after this realization. They are carrying thoughts they have not yet expressed, feelings they are still processing, and a decision that could change the direction of everything. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Sometimes the most important moments happen quietly, before anyone else knows what is changing, so remember this. One unexpected night can reveal truths that years of thinking could not uncover. The dinner date with their ex was not simply about the past. It became a moment of understanding, growth, and reflection. Stay till the end, because the journey is not over yet. There is still a conversation, a realization, and a powerful moment waiting ahead that may reveal why everything happened exactly when it did. The night after that unexpected dinner carried a different kind of energy. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. What happened after they walked away from that table is the part most people never see. The outside world only sees actions, but the heart goes through a much deeper journey. Your person returned home with thoughts racing through their mind. They were not thinking about the past in the same way anymore. They were thinking about what truly made them feel valued, understood, and at peace. Stay till the end, because the decision forming inside their heart is something you need to know. That dinner created a moment of honesty they could no longer ignore. The memories from the evening kept replaying, but not because they were missing the past. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They were replaying the conversation because it revealed something important about themselves. They realized that sometimes people return to old chapters searching for answers, but those chapters only exist to show how much they have changed. Your person began noticing the difference between a connection based on memories and a connection based on genuine understanding. Stay till the end, because the next realization explains why their hearts started moving in a new direction. They started asking themselves questions they had avoided for a long time. One question became stronger than all the others. Who truly brings peace into my life? Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. This question changed everything. They began thinking about the moments when they felt supported, the times when they felt accepted, and the person who made them feel comfortable being their true self. Slowly, they understood that happiness is not always found where the story began. Sometimes happiness is found where the heart feels safe to grow. Stay till the end, because this understanding became the turning point they never expected. After that night, small changes started appearing. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Your person became more thoughtful, more reflective, and more aware of their own emotions. They started looking at old situations differently. Things that once seemed confusing began making sense. They realized that every experience had taught them something important. The dinner with their ex was not about returning to something old. It was about finally understanding what they truly wanted in something new. Stay till the end, because the next moment reveals the action they began considering. There was one memory of you that kept coming back to their mind. It was not a dramatic moment or something unforgettable to everyone else. It was a simple moment that showed your true nature. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. They remembered the way you listened, the way you cared, and the way you brought calm into situations when everything felt uncertain. That memory became powerful because it reminded the